like that. It's the life and times, man. We are back, man.
What's up, guys?
Always catching him in the middle of his activities. Got to be consistent. Got to be honest. I am Hendrix, and I have with me my co-host, man, Tree, man. How you feeling, man? What's going on?
Man, it's another day on God's green earth. It's another day on earth, man. It's a blessing to be here, man. How you feeling?
I'm good. It's funny you say that. I know you was probably being somewhat cliche-ish or sarcastic, but the conversation I was having with bro earlier, was just a quick little segment, but we just talking about positive thinking and you know how far that'll get you, why it's important, and why we need to be practicing that, making it a habit at the beginning of the year, in 2023. So the it is another day on God's green earth. Christians will say, this is the day that the Lord has made, but this is life and times. It's another day to be thankful. It's another opportunity, and we living in it, so we got to get to it. Might as well talk about it because I couldn't believe that they did it. The Detroit Lions.
Shout out to the Lions, man. Shout out to the Lions. They actually have a better record. They finished the season with a better record than the Patriots. So I got to give them an 8.
The Detroit Lions, who started off 1-6, finished the season 8-2 to go, 9-8, and just to make it even sweeter, I made sure that I asked this question to a bunch of people: my uncle, my stepdad, numerous people that I knew, just kind of had some mature years on me. And I just simply asked them, when was the last time that the Lions beat the Packers twice in one season? And I for sure knew it hadn't happened in my lifetime or our lifetime. And it was just like the consistency of, oh man, I don't remember. I don't think it's ever happened. We beat the Packers twice this year, and I'm not gonna say we because I'm not a Lions fan. I don't want to do that.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a Lions fan
I
either.
want to give them their credit. They did what it was a great season for them. Great improvement. But
Absolutely.
they beat the Packers twice, and they beat Aaron Rodgers while he was on a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah, that's nuts. And eliminate them from the playoffs. That's having your cake and eating it too. I mean, yeah, they would have loved to be in the playoffs, but
Now my question is, if A-Rod would have won, was he automatically in, or did he need Seattle to? It doesn't matter.
it don't matter.
It
He
doesn't matter.
lost.
Got to right the fuck out of there, man.
You
Shout
got
out
to
to
do what you got
Detroit,
to do
man.
on your end. Control the controllables.
So, what I will ask, man, is seeing as the Lions, 9-8, vast improvements as far as from where they were mid-season. Overall, this was a hell of a year by a lot of people's standards from where we were. But what I wanted to ask you, man, is what is your thoughts on their season? Like, how do you feel about it? And then also, like, what is your expectation for them moving forward? Where do you see them going next year? Maybe, do you see them playing 500 ball again, which would be, two good years? Or, like, what pieces could put them, in the playoffs next year?
Um, First off, they want to improve, so 500 will be a step down. So that you're looking for them to go 10-7,
Right.
11-6, something like that next year. To do that, they'll have to get a. I don't know. I have to sit down and really look at their roster, look at their team, but from the games that I watch, quarterback play needs to improve. They need their offensive line. Let's talk about the positives. Maybe if I talk about the positives, then that'll help me get to the negatives. But their offensive line play, better,
Yeah.
better than most years. They actually had a run game this year. They need to expand upon the run game
Yeah.
and develop the tight ends. You know, they got to replace Dog that they traded.
Hmm.
They got to replace him. You know, develop the tight ends. Receivers got to pick it up. Quarterback play needs to be a little bit better. Defense needs to tighten up. You can always get better on the defensive line. Secondary got some good couple gaps.
So
Linebackers play well though.
they're not one player away. They're
Yeah,
from
they're still a couple pieces, but
yeah.
they're competitive and they're fun. Like
Yeah.
they really go out there and give it their all.
It's fun. It's fun to be a Lions fan again, and that's good because, like I said, we haven't had that much in our lifetime. I'm still waiting on. I'll probably be a fan for maybe a year if they go to the playoffs and win a game. Like that's something that I still have not seen. I know Calvin did all that he could do, and
I
I know that Barry, I don't remember, I can't. I mean, I was young when Barry was doing this thing, but I don't remember him being dominant in the playoffs. But I just want to see Detroit win a game in the playoffs, and then I could be at peace.
yeah, I really don't ever see me being a Detroit Lions fan.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna just say that if they're in the playoffs and my teams aren't in the playoffs, I'm not gonna be mad if they won.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to the Lions, man. Well, we will definitely give them their roses early
Absolutely.
in this episode. Making mention of it earlier, they went, like I said, they went from 1-6 to go 8-2. So we're talking about playing at a high level right now. For them to go on that 10 game straight stretch and be at 80%, from in the one column, they had to be at a high level. They had to lock in. You being an athlete and playing at a high level.
Hey, before we get to that, can I cut you off?
Go ahead.
Can
Do your
I ask
thing.
you a question real quick?
For sure.
Um, dealing with the professional world, how do you manage dealing with people that don't like you? And for those that don't know, Trevor is he's one of them. He's a him at his job. He's
I
him.
do well. I
He's
do well. I mean, hard work. Hard work got me where I'm at. But how do I handle or how do I deal with people?
that don't like you, especially those of in a higher position.
Um, well, in a higher position, number one, I'm not stupid. I gotta respect. I always gotta respect the role, even before I respect the person, because I know it's a business and I know I'm getting paid. So, if I have an issue or if I have a gripe with a person that's above me in management or in the food chain, um, you know, art of war, never outshine your master. Uh, and that's just one of the titles in the book. But sometimes you just have to act accordingly when it's not your team. I wouldn't say sovereign because that's from a place of control, but you can be diplomatic. You can always not necessarily take the high road, but just have an understanding in a work relationship with a person and put aside the bullshit.
One more thing.
Now,
One more thing.
that's the PC perspective.
Yeah.
At times, when I'm normally being Trevor, I just don't give a fuck. I really just don't. I really don't because it's like, a lot of me just how I think about doing a job and being at work like it's a skill. I'm getting paid to do a skill, and I just have this thought process of like, like you said, I'm one of them guys, and it takes a person of high skill to do what I do. I just have that thought process. So now that I feel like I'm in a place where I've mastered my job, I feel like I'm an asset. So I don't even, look at the emotional aspect of whether I'm liked or not because I know how to just get past that and do the job.
So that don't even phase you.
No, no, not at this stage in the game. But it's through experience, though. At times it did phase me. And, like I said, I've learned sometimes even having to walk away from a job. It's always good to be professional because at the end of the day, you never want to fuck up the money. whatever point may needs to be proven, if it's gonna be at a detriment to your pockets to where it stop your cash flow for a week, a month, it's not necessary. If the exit strategy hasn't been properly secured, you need to be diplomatic while you in that thing so you don't mess up the cash flow. So
All right, and I got like two more
do
questions.
your thing.
My bad, G. Um, do you have any gems or like tips for the up and coming person trying to navigate in your field and realm? Like I know you said earlier, just you know, it comes from experience, but
No, you talking about as far as dealing with people in upper
yeah,
management?
just dealing with people.
Well, before I think that you can be ballsy or bullish to even have some type of a uproar against management. You have to really know your job. Like you have to really know what the fuck you need to know about whatever it is in the process. Like I can't challenge a guy on anything if I'm not even grounded on what I need to know. Number one, am I still in the right lane? Okay,
Absolutely.
so you gotta really know. I mean, in our language, our vernacular, you gotta know your shit. Number one. Number two, I would say if you are going to challenge, you got to at least be capable of it. If not, I don't want to say being able to answer, but you at least have to know what three questions they might ask if you're going to challenge them. If
Okay.
you can at least have the thought process of they might ask this, this, and that, you really might as well just shut the fuck up and just go ahead and just mature and just take in whatever knowledge because when you're about to challenge someone that's above you, you have to understand that you're looking at it from a scope that they're not looking at it. Your scope is smaller than their scope.
Mm,
Your responsibility is smaller than their responsibility, so you may not see everything. So you at least got to be able to be versed enough to say, "Oh well, he might go here, he might go there, she might go there, she might go here. I need to be ready for that." If you can't do that, stay in your lane, bro. Stay in your lane.
okay. Okay. And my last question that I'm gonna just randomly throw out there: how's Gigi?
Gigi is amazing. Her hair is, my daughter got long hair. I'm a proud dad about that. Just amazing. Ball of energy. We bonding. Um, I'm still young at this parenting thing, so I don't think about her too much without getting too emotional. But Gigi is everything, and she's amazing and well. So
Good. Good.
of course,
All right.
I appreciate you for letting me go there and putting that positive place on my mind, man. Uh,
Absolutely.
we were talking about it. I mean, being at a positive place, being at a high level. Someone that's performed and dominated at a high level, like when we talked about it in other episode when you were on, I told them that you didn't give up a sack in what 2 years.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a goose egg in 2 years.
so that's being dominant at a high level. As far as like locking in, like I guess when you was getting ready for your pro day, that process mentally.
Shout out to JB.
Shout out to JB, man,
Shout out to JB.
Mr. Brian, man.
Um, yeah. So you talking about as far as like the actual night before day of pro day, or like just training for the
Just
pro day?
training, like your whole thought process. And I know everybody would be like, "Oh well, I could provide for my family. Like this would change my life." Let's take that out, because I've never been able to be on that scale. But for the everyday person, like what gems can you give? What gems can you give me as far as like when you trying to just get your body to perform at a high level, and mentally, like whether it's working out or like losing weight or learning a new skill, like how do you lock in to where it's like this is what I'm doing and I'm not going to stop at this until like I get this shit together. Like how do you do that? What's your preparation?
Well, as far as the pro day, preparing for the pro day, it was just it's hard to taking care of your family, but the other aspect was getting a chance to perform at the highest level. Like,
Okay.
you feel me? Like, it's what you train for. You dreamt about your whole life. Like, you grew up with the NFL, the NBA posters, and the Michael Jordans, and
Yeah.
the Emmitt Smiths and the Barry Sanders on your walls. So you grew up with that. So it's like, man, I want to be that one day. You grew up watching the Allen Iversons and the Calvin Johnsons. You feel me? And it's like, oh, I get that chance to do that. I get the chance to suit up on Saturdays, like to really showcase your skill set
Right.
on the big stage. Like that's really what like it was, and it was just like, shoot, you got a shot. You got a shot, man. Like you got something like a lot of kids, a lot of guys ain't never had. Don't piss it away.
So let me try to flip the question. Do you think it's possible to perform at a high level if you're not goal driven?
No,
Okay.
no. Because it's nothing to. What are you reaching for?
Okay.
You're not trying to obtain anything. Nah, what are you focusing on?
Right. So
Like
for the
literally,
so right. So I mean, bringing it back to me because I'm not a pro. I'm a professional in the workforce.
it's
But
it's okay. So if you trying to get that promotion, it's like you said, you gotta know your job.
yeah.
So I had to know little things about the position.
Okay.
Like I really had to know my position. If a guy coming out in this stance, how many steps can he? How many steps before he can make an inside move?
Mm.
Like how many? Like if he can make a step on his first move, I mean a move on his first step inside, I got to be ready for that right away. If it's 2 steps, I got to an extra step on him. You feel me? If this guy's a speed rusher, I got it.
I mean, I know this is probably a crazy question, but do y'all practice recovery moves? Like if a dude get a
Secondary moves.
right.
Yeah, you always
Okay.
working. You
Okay.
always working. It's like basketball. Guy hit you with an in and out crossover.
You got to be able to
You feel me?
right. You
Like
just don't give
what
up
if
on the
yo
play.
what if KD fadeaway ain't working? He got a secondary move, a secondary option. You feel me? That defender got a secondary. Feel me?
Man, shout out to KD, man. Just heard he's out for a month. With that MCL sprain, they gotta definitely
I sprained lines.
watch him with care. Um,
Yeah.
Moving forward to other football news, man, and I'm saying it like this real dreadfully because they're beating the hell out of TCU right now. Georgia is
Let me check that score.
going to repeat as the national champions. Ohio State getting the best game of their lives, and now we're pretty much watching a live scrimmage versus. We're watching IMG play that play that one team. What was it, Sycamore?
Bro.
What's the score, bro?
7-59. Bro, in the national championship.
Bro, IMG playing Sycamore.
Get the bleep out of Dodge, bro.
Man,
This is the national championship, and they're getting smoked.
bro, Georgia playing
Bro, they're
playing
playing their
playing Sycamore.
freshness.
They playing that team.
Bro, they burning red shirts for no reason.
They playing that fake ESPN team, dog. Georgia beating the hell out of them, man.
Bro, what?
Like at this point,
It's ridiculous.
is we brought up KD. It go hand in hand. It's like Golden State again, man, with Kevin Durant. Like, what is anybody gonna do?
Bro, they repeated
Yeah,
back to back. When the last time it was back to backs?
like on some easy type shit.
Nah, when the last time back to
No,
backs? Bama don't got back to backs.
hey man, don't be disrespectful, but I don't think
Bama do.
they might. I think Bama
I
might.
gotta look that
I
up
don't
real
know.
quick.
I'm hoping they do, but I don't. I think Bama. I think Bama do. I don't think Saban been at. He ain't been at Alabama for 20 years. Like And so I don't think he's won them like every other year. He got 7, don't he?
I think so.
Yeah, man. So Georgia,
Oh, he do got back to backs.
yeah, don't disrespect my boy Sapp.
11 and 12.
Don't disrespect my guy. I knew he had me.
He got 1 and 9 too. So 9, 11, and 12.
Like we ain't playing no
Then
game.
15. Then 17.
Run him
Then
off.
20.
Run him off.
That nigga's good.
Yeah, but shout out to Georgia. You know they finally getting their little taste of
But
success.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. It was BCS before that. That BCS was tough. The BCS was tough.
Saban got some of them.
Yeah, he got 2 out of the last 3.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, that BCS era was wild.
But shout out to Georgia, man. They, like I said, they getting their little taste, and we happy for them. Little brother's doing good. Because I'm an Alabama fan. So shout out to them.
Outside of Bama, the last team to repeat was USC.
Dude,
Oh, 03 we was co-champs
man,
with
we don't need to
LSU.
hear about that weak ass
Then
team
04 we was. That's
that fucked up the
crazy.
church's money twice this year, bro. I'm sick of them.
We went
Got all
hard
that
next year.
talent at quarterback, bro, and then have another person playing. He should have lined up at wide receiver too.
Hey, watch what we do this year.
Y'all going to get Marvin Harrison Jr.?
No need to.
They say it's rumors.
There's no need to. And what's crazy is
Y'all gonna lose to Colorado.
Caleb gonna be the best
Y'all gonna
quarterback.
lose to Colorado.
Caleb gonna be the best quarterback in the country and in the
Deion said
conference.
we coming.
But this the crazy part. The second best quarterback in the conference gonna be that young bull from King. I think his name Dante Moore.
Man, what?
Hey man, shout out to King, bro.
Shout out to that guy.
Look, and playing on the east side, bro. I hated King. Every time we played King, it was yikers. But especially in football, they smoked us in football. We ain't playing in basketball, but in football, they smoked us. Smoked us.
Hey, shout out to their coaching staff and
Yeah.
big shout out to Don Tavius Brian, man. I gotta have you on the podcast
And my
soon, man.
guy
That's my
Paco.
dog. My first pledge, man. Don Tavius Brian, man. Love you, man. And congrats to what you're doing. What he got? I think he got 3 of them now. One
Think
is a
so.
player, 2 is a coach, 2 back to back. Might have 4.
Yeah, he might have 4.
I don't know.
Hey,
Dude
King
might
got a
have some.
dynasty.
Yeah,
King on something.
But yeah-
King on that.
yeah, but back to that guy Dante Moore. Like, definitely was just All American MVP.
Stud, UCLA. He gonna be the second best quarterback in the conference.
That-
And that's I'm not hating,
No, he's
but Caleb was just in the Heisman race, man. So it's hard to say that he won't be back.
no, he's not gonna be better than Caleb. He's gonna need it. He's gonna need a year just to kind of get an understanding. He's gonna take a couple lumps, maybe not anything major, but he's gonna take a couple. But the announcers for the game was pretty much saying like, "Oh yeah, if you're a receiver and you in the transfer portal, if you want 1,000 yards, come to UCLA."
Yeah, no,
He's
he's
like
gonna
that.
be nice.
No, he's
that's
like
why.
that.
That's why I'm like, no disrespect, but like,
No, he's
you
like
can't
that.
just not Caleb.
No, he's really like that, man. Dante Moore. Shout out to that guy, King, and I guess what is it 3,200?
Crusaders. Shout out to the Crusaders.
Shout out to the Crusaders,
I
man.
don't know nobody address except to the second floor. Nah, that's somewhere you scared to come. But
All right. Anyway, moving forward past this garbage.
ooh,
Because Persian they ain't making no noise. They ain't in the top 15, man. And I know we ain't about to talk about football. All y'all have ever done is got drug in football, ever. Now I can't talk because I've never played for it or been at this school.
bum.
Yeah,
Shut up.
yeah. Well, I didn't play, but
You,
Custer know they had a good football team.
cause,
Yeah, I was there.
man. Moving on.
I was there
Moving on.
for half a semester.
Moving on, man.
Got that C degree. Damar Hamlin, man,
Shout out to him, man.
an amazing
Prayers up.
update. He was able to FaceTime the team at the end of last week. Well, it's Monday, so the beginning. And really inspired the team. Guy ran back Two. I had to do it, baby. It was. I'm glad how I set this up, man. The guy ran back 2 touchdowns, and the Bills they beat the hell out of your Patriots and knocked them out the playoffs. Didn't they do it? Didn't they do it?
They sure did. They did it.
Bum.
They
Patriots are bums. Out there got Belichick looking bad.
absolutely, absolutely. Hey, we'll be back too next year though. Don't even trip,
Yeah, with another 8-9 season.
bro. We went 8-9, and let me ask you this: who's our receivers?
I don't know, man, but y'all went 8-9. So getting back to the more
Oh, we went 8-9 and gave away a game.
gave away.
Gave.
Did y'all give away 2 kick returns last game?
Yeah, we did that, but that gave away to the Raiders.
But that was off emotion, though, man. That game, like, y'all, it was, you know, that. I mean, I'm not
Man,
saying that
that
was
was the
scripted, but
football guys, man.
that team was playing off emotion, bro. He ran 2 back.
They gonna win the Super Bowl behind that energy.
I mean, that's not bad energy to put out there. Eagles might have something to say about that.
Oh, the Eagles nice. Shout out to Smitty and the Eagles, man.
Tom
Eagles
Brady in the playoffs, you know that, right?
nice.
I mean, a guy that left New England. But getting back to it,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I wanted to
They might
first.
get beat. They might get dubbed the first round.
Yeah, I get it. We're in the playoffs, y'all not. So for
Oh,
2 years,
you a Tom Brady fan?
I think every year he's went to the playoffs since he
Bitch,
left
you
you
was a
guys.
Peyton Manning fan 5 years, man. Bitch, you just got on the Tom Brady bag,
Tom
man.
Brady has went to the playoffs ever since he left you bum punks. Ever since he left New England, he's been to the playoffs. Can y'all say the same? Y'all ain't touched the
We went to the playoffs last year.
but he's been to the playoffs every year since he
Oh,
left y'all.
okay.
What about y'all? Can y'all say that?
We haven't. You're right.
Have y'all won a game? Did y'all win a game when y'all went to the playoffs?
No, we didn't. We
Because
haven't.
he's won a Super
He
Bowl.
did.
Yeah, all right, man. This is a lost cause. We're not gonna.
He went to a loaded team. But
Yeah, man.
you know, shout out to Tom. He did what he was supposed to do.
Got him back in
You
there.
know, you can never replace a Hall of Fame quarterback. So yes, we are in the rebuilding stage right now.
But y'all are being competitive. Just
No,
not
and we don't make
one win
excuses
short.
over here. So
One win short.
yeah, no excuses. Mac Jones play like shit.
Bums.
Absolutely,
Bums.
absolutely.
That defense, man,
Hey,
just ain't getting nothing from the offense.
shout out to Matt Judon.
So getting back to it, man, I wanted to ask you because like we've been talking about like just your thought process. Say if you were his teammate,
Mm-hmm.
you know the game was postponed. We had Skip Bayless, of course, that made the comment talking about the postponing of the game, and everybody crucified him. As they probably should have to a certain extent because it was an untimely remark that shouldn't have been made.
Mm-hmm.
But when Damar Hamlin comes to, the first question he asks his family is, "Did we win the game?"
And I think that was more so. I don't think he knew the severity of his injuries just yet.
Of course, but I'm just, and that's fair.
So I think it was more so. I don't think he knew he had to be resuscitated.
But even still, we're just still talking about the thought process of the player, of the athlete. Like y'all, I mean, y'all lose y'all fucking minds playing that game, bro.
No, absolutely.
Like y'all really like, come on, man.
You
Like
gotta
let's.
be borderline crazy to play football. Like, and if you ain't wrapped too tight, that might be the sport for you. But as far as being a teammate, I've seen my teammates get carted off. I've seen other players get carted off. We've continued to play, but it's different when you got to perform CPR. Like when you see CPR and you see the medics doing the
Yeah,
like that's what you see on the movies when somebody about to die.
Facts.
So I think because of that, I wouldn't have been able to play. I wouldn't have been able to. Let me take that back. If they had said let's play, I'd have played.
Okay. Mm.
Like if they had we lining up to play this game, I'd have played
Mm.
because it's my job. Dog would have wanted me to play. Dog
Mm.
would have wanted to play.
Mm.
Like that's what a lot of people don't realize about football players. We want to play. Like you know how many injuries if we could go, we would go.
Yeah.
Like we ain't just sitting out low, man. No, like we really love this. So if you can go, you go. But I I don't think just naturally I would have been able to like damn, like yeah, let's oh damn, yeah, all right, bro, let's go play. No, I don't think naturally I'd have been able to do that. But if it was like a consensus, like yeah, we about to go ahead and restart the game, and then I think the length that it took, because normally you don't go to the locker rooms.
Mm.
When you go to the locker rooms, it's
Game
like
over.
damn, it's like you get to thinking about it. It's like damn,
Like what's going on?
what's up with bro? Like
If you on the field, you still in the game.
yeah, you still lose, you jogging around, but when in the locker room, it's more so like damn, what's up with bro? Bro straight? Like you trying to call, you trying to see, you trying to go. Like
Yeah.
we saw Diggs, true leader went to the hospital. Like, that's a true leader. Like I'ma just go down there and see what dog
Oh yeah,
myself.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's where I would have been like
That's
spit with bro.
I'm the captain. This is my team. That's my
Mine.
that's
So
one of my soldiers.
you know, so I'd have played, but naturally I would have did what the rest of the guys would have did and just sat the game out. Now, as far as Skip's comment, the previous tweet he addressed like he's never seen the CPR come out, and
He did say condolences and whatnot,
but
and prayers to not condolences, prayers to the family. I'm sorry.
yeah, but it was the timing of that second tweet.
Yeah,
Like, bro, who gives a fuck about the game, bro? You just said you never seen the CPR come out.
yeah,
Like you just said you never seen the CPR on TV. Now you worried about playoff implications. Who gives a fuck?
yeah.
Like who gives a fuck? Like, but that's the people from the Caucasus Mountains. Who
Oh
think
my
they're just
God,
entitled
bro.
to anywho's man.
Man, look, man, we not gonna get that far. Um, just but thankful that for his progress.
Absolutely,
Hope
absolutely.
hope he makes a full recovery and
Prayers up, dude.
life. I know y'all play this game at a high level, but at the end of the day, I know it's the world to y'all, but it's still a game. So anytime
You get to keep your life.
them players, because I know y'all going it's a part of y'all that I don't want to say it's a part of your identity, but y'all football players been doing it at least for 15 years of y'all life. It's a part of y'all makeup. So
No, absolutely.
to say for a person is not gonna do it, that would be tough. But you just at this point you got to be thankful at any time them brothers make it off the field at this point, because seeing that. So that's how we gonna wrap it up, man. Life and times. My co-host Tree. I'm Henry.